Hello and welcome to Tarrant County College. My name is Cherie Lopez and I'll be your instructor for STSC-0111 Transitions to College Success. If this is your very first semester at Tarrant County College, welcome. We're very happy to have you. And if you're one of our returning students, welcome back. We're excited to have you guys join us for the fall semester. The reason I recorded this video is for a couple of different reasons. One, I wanted to introduce myself so you could put a face with the name. So, hi, it's nice to meet you virtually. I'm looking forward to get starting with you guys soon. Two, I wanted to make sure you had the correct course on your schedule, so we'll verify that. So I'll give you guys the course numbers and you can double check, make sure that you're signed up for the proper course. I also want to make sure that you know where your course information is going to be located since we have changed learning management software programs. So the college has changed it altogether. So I want to make sure that you know how to access it come Monday. And I'll give you guys just a brief overview of, a couple of the topics that we might cover. And then, I'll let you guys have the rest of your weekend to yourself. So, let's get started with, my brief introduction. So again, my name is Cherie Lopez, and this is my 13th year working for Tarrant County College. I actually started off as an instructor, so I taught GED and English as a second language courses first. I became an academic advisor back in 2010, up until June of this year, actually. So I worked in that position a little over, actually I did a couple of different things, so 10 years full-time essentially, but 13 if you count the part-time work. And I now work for like a big Fortune 50 company now, so I'm using my other degree. But it still feels like I'm full-time because I'll be teaching 4 classes this semester and full-time instructors teach 5. This is on top of my full-time job and having a 1-year-old. My little one just turned 1 last week. So you may hear her in the background every now and then. That's life, right? So my first degree is from the University of Texas at Austin. I graduated in 2007 with a degree in Spanish language teaching, so that's where my ESL work came in. So I took that knowledge, flipped it and reversed it, and got to teach people English when they first moved to the United States. Then in 2016, so not too long ago, that's when I worked on my master's program from 2016 to 2018. And it was very different coming back to school as somebody who was over the age of 30. At that time, I just crossed over that 30th year threshold. Ooh, I'm a real grown up now. And this is while working full-time, teaching classes, and I had recently gotten engaged at that time, so I was planning my wedding too, so there was a lot going on. But hey, I made it out on the other side, so I am here as living proof that, we all have a lot of things going on in our lives, but you can make it. You just have to be really organized, and you just have to keep your eye on the prize and stay focused. It's not about how smart you are or anything like that. It's how bad do you want it? What are you willing to put in to make your dreams a reality? Okay? And my second degree is in Human Resources Training and Development from Amberton University. So with that, I studied how to train employees. So that has to do with their company's onboarding processes. So we studied that as well as just training and development overall. So actually on both sides of the house, I go to training every year. So as an advisor and as an instructor, I had training for being an advisor. I had training for being an instructor. And then for the insurance company that I work for right now, as a commercial auto underwriter, I'm actually in training right now. The training I'll be in training well into, going into next year. So I am in virtual class every day myself, on the clock. So it's kind of one of those things where I think where people are like, "Woo, I got that sheet of paper and I'm done with school," and it's like, you're not done with school completely. It's a continuous process. Think of it as you're done with this particular bracket that gets you to this point. And then to move up, for you to level up, then you're going to probably have to, go through some initial training, get some additional licenses or certifications, or you may have to go back to school depending on what you want to do. During our class, we're going to try to narrow down what it is that you want to be when you grow up, or if you're a career changer, what does that new career change look like? I've had several people that were retiring as well, but they wanted to still do something. And then I also have a lot of people that have high school diplomas and college degrees from outside the United States, and they're deciding if they want to continue their studies here and continue that field where they were a working professional here in the United States. So we get the gambit here in this class, and I typically get the students that are the working students. I very rarely get my students in the 18 to 22-year-old category. Almost all of mine are typically in their 30s on up and working 40 to 60 hours a week. So, they're in the same boat with me. But I do notice that has changed around given the current medical situation and stuff. So wherever you are, older, younger, young at heart, we're just happy that you're here. Okay, so with transitions to college success. So what is that? It's like college, how to be a good college student 101. So we're going to look at goal setting. So what it is that you want to do. What is your next chapter? Why are you here? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? So are you trying to move up at your current employer and you need some additional training? Are you a student that's fresh out of high school and you need to narrow down what it is that you want to be when you grow up, and you're deciding between starting your own business, going into corporate, or going into the nonprofit sector? All those different types of things, and how we're going to get you there. Because the plan for somebody who wants an associate's degree or a certificate and that's it is going to look very different than somebody who has aspirations to get their associate's degree here, a bachelor's degree, and then go to graduate school. And I've had a lot of people that said, okay, I know what I want to do. It's just, there's a lot of steps involved because it's going to take me several years. I need help breaking it down. So that leads me into the time management aspect of it and helping you plan out your course loads properly and everything like that, because we don't want you working 60 hours a week and you're trying to take 18 hours of college work. Can it be done? It can, but you may or may not burn out in the process. I worked over 40 hours a week and took 15 hours, and I burned out by like week 9 when I was in undergrad. And I will admit, I did work full-time as well, and I went to school full-time for my master's program. So I was a full-time student and a full-time worker both times I was in college. Again, it can be done. Just make sure that you eat healthy, take your vitamins, and get some sleep, because you will need it, because you're running on all 8 cylinders for an extended period of time. It's not like, here, I'm gonna run on 4 hours of sleep for a month. It's a couple of years. So you need to take that in mind. And then there'll be some other things that we'll cover. Those are the big 2, because that's where I see people get hung up. It's not that they're not smart enough or they don't know the content with their other academic courses. It's balancing working and being a significant other and taking care of either younger siblings or their children, their nieces, their nephews. Maybe you're a caregiver for an elderly parent or grandparent, and you're having to, now you're adding school into the mix, and you're having to spin all these plates. So that's the purpose of our class, is to make sure that, you can continue to be super, but in all those different areas. And there's things that we have to adjust as we go. I mean, you know, it's kind of one of those things that, you know, there's going to be some techniques that we'll go over, adapt them to make them work for you. All right. So that covered that. Materials for the course. So we do not need a textbook for our course. So everything is going to be programmed into Canvas. So you do not have to purchase a book. You just need to bring yourself. I would recommend that you work on a laptop or a desktop computer. The tablets and the phones aren't always 100% compatible with the assignments. It's gotten better with Canvas. We got to pilot that over the summer. It's a lot better, especially if it's an activity that's programmed into the learning management software. But if it's an external thing, like that's in Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or something like that, that's a little bit trickier. The Chromebooks tend to act really funny with this too. So you want to bear that in mind before class starts. If at all possible, work on a desktop or a traditional laptop. I would not try to do all your work on a cell phone, if at all possible. Let's see, our class is 8 weeks. So for all of the classes, these are the course numbers. So you should see STSC-0111, and I think I forgot to mention those. 86010 or 86011. So 86010 or 86011. Your class starts on Monday, which is August 23rd, and then we're going to wrap up the week of August 14th. For my second 8 weeks course, your number is 86009. So STSC-0111, 86009. Your class starts on October 18th, and then we will bring it home and close out on December 15th, and then from there we go on winter break. Okay, so same format whether you're taking the class in August or whether you start in October. It's just like your homework dates and stuff will be different, but similar format. All right, so 8 weeks. We've got quite a bit of content to get through. There's 8 units. Everything will be programmed in the computer in advance, so you will be allowed to work ahead. You do not have to log into the computer at a specific time. You don't have to be on there on a specific day of the week. You can work on your work morning, afternoon, evening, the middle of the night. If you want to do your homework at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can. That's fine. It's just make sure that it is turned in by the due date. And again, you are allowed to work ahead. Okay? And let's see what else. So let's look at where Canvas is located, because again, Canvas is new. Okay, so if we're going to access it from TCC's homepage, this is what our homepage looks like. tccd.edu. Notice that there's a D there because we are Tarrant County College District. TCC is a different school altogether. Like if you put just tcc.edu. If you go down to the bottom of the page, there's a new link for Canvas. This wasn't here over the summer, it's here now. And what it will do is it will open up your dashboard. So this will reflect your course schedule, okay? Something to note, check the start date of your classes. Because what happens is your courses will typically populate 1 week before the start date. So this is especially important for the people that have classes that start in October. You might not see your class right away. It's not going to actually populate in here until October. My August people, you should be able to see it already. And this would be all your classes here. Okay, so let's say we used 86101. 110 as an example. So all your work is going to be in here. It's not visible yet because again, class hasn't started yet. So I'll switch everything on probably on Monday evening after I get off of work for my full-time job. You'll have a calendar that shows you where everything is. You'll have your modules. So to say Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, you do the activities in there. The calendar will show you what's due. If you download the app for your phone, then it should send you like little notifications to remind you, hey, you have this assignment that's coming up. my summer class that used it, we were the pilot group, they said they really liked that feature. That part of it was very user-friendly with a mobile device. So that's an improvement over Blackboard or my TCC. So it should be easy to kind of keep up with your assignments. There's a lot of items, but they shouldn't take you a lot of time to do. You just have to pace yourself. So I would probably pick one item and do like one a day or something like that. And I mean, I'm having to do that myself too, teaching 4 classes. So you may see me piddling around in here grading papers at 6:30 in the morning, because that's the time that I have available that day. Or you might see me doing it late at night or on the weekend because of my work schedule and my baby girl's, sleep schedule and everything. I'm trying to work around all that too, just like you guys. And you'll get your due dates. It'll be really consistent. So that way you'll just know, hey, I can work on this at any time. I just need to have it turned into you on this date. Some assignments will grade themselves. Some of them I have to manually do it. You'll be able to see it in the grade book. And that'll be over here. And then we just need to make sure that you earn at least an A, B, or C. And as long as you do that, then you're all set. And then what we'll do is, once I turn everything on, I'll do a video that'll kind of walk you guys through exactly where those folders are and how to submit your assignments. So I'll record a short tutorial about that. The only other thing that I think I needed to mention was office hours for our course. So each of my classes has office hours. So they will be held via Microsoft Teams, which is another app. It's a video conferencing app. And the time that I set aside for you guys will be dedicated to your class. I'm still playing with my schedule since there's 4 classes, so I'm trying to make sure I'm available for all 4 classes. That's 120 students working around my personal schedule. I'm kind of working on that. I'll get all that figured out this weekend, and I'll get that to you guys. You can also meet with me by appointment. Again, I get off of work for my full-time job at 4:30 in the afternoon, and my husband and I are both working from home, so I don't have to drive anywhere. I just need to tend to the baby right after work, and then I'd say about 30-45 minutes after that I'll be available. So yeah, but just know that during the office hours, like, that's time where you don't need to make an appointment. You can just drop in and say, hey, I have a question about this assignment, and we can look at it together, because it will allow you to share your screen. Or you can make a one-on-one appointment, however you like. And then we'll go from there. Those are the big things that you guys need to know about, what's coming for class, coming up for this week. Anything else you guys need, email me, message me on Teams. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So I won't be able to do it during my work hours, between the hours of 8 and 4:30, but I will probably email you back or IM you back on Teams either before 8 o'clock in the mornings or sometime after 5 p.m. during the week, the weekend, or around like midday on the weekends. All right, so like I said, we're happy to have you. And I guess we'll talk soon. So have a great weekend. Take care of each other, y'all.